Yeah, I pretty much apologize for the answering machine sound quality that you're hearing from each of my videos. So, yeah. Hello, welcome to Why Are We Here Really's channel. Just something that's been on my mind as of late. Like it's been annoying and that, and I thought I may as well cover it. Yes, I'm talking about the NHL and hockey. Okay. Now, I've covered like wrestling and other issues before, but this is one that always just it hits me because as a Canadian, it's important to me, some aspects of it anyway. So I mean, and like any major thing, there's always going to be a problem that dwells in it or with it. But anyway, okay. So here we go. Like how to fix the problems in today's NHL. I mean, as we know, the NHL, it's not exactly the most functional sports league in North America. In fact, some would argue that it's completely the opposite. The bottom line is that changes need to be made, and if you believe in taking a stand, you'll like this. Since no one is willing to speak up, I've decided to submit my suggestions to the NHL with the hope that the game of hockey improves for everyone. Problem. League's collective bargaining agreement. The reason for the problem. Okay, you got NHL and NHLPA don't exactly see eye to eye on everything. And the most shocking part yet, they can never decide how to share revenue. Basically, Gary Bettman. Now, solution, actually sit down and negotiate with the two sides and attempt to put a deal together, before the day where work stoppage is announced or whatever. Okay, Bettman's salary is over $7 million per season, which is far more than most players average. That's more than, what's his name, Eli Kovalchuk's or whatever, his cap hit. But, another idea would be to have, a State of Union speech annually, not the NHLPA union, of course, but, unfortunately, neither speech seemed to be productive, though. Problem? Shootouts. Reason for the problem? Pierre Maguire. Well, him in hockey persists. So basically, everyone who's ever watched a game in their life, which explains why Gary Bettman supports the shootout. Solution? Well, I don't know about you, but, I think having goalie fights would be a lot easier than 4-on-4 and 3-on-3 overtime periods. Just let the goalies have, their own way. Just let them have at it. Everyone's happy, and the position has been dreaded in the past anyway, so, yeah. Another problem. Concussions. And reason for the problem? Players train now more than ever. Well, at least that's what trainers claim. The real reason is because of idiots in the NHL who think they're Scott Stevens, but really have no talent whatsoever. So, I mean, that and Mike Richards. Solution, there's two options. Don't allow any hitting at all, especially Martin Brodeur when he's around his sister-in-laws, and, Jeff Carter when he's around Scott Hortnell's wife, or however the frick you pronounce his last name. Or the league actually cracking down on, what needs to be destroyed, like the Philadelphia Spectrum. Another problem, waivers. Reason for the problem, well, it depends, on who you ask. If you ask Doug Armstrong for the Blues, you might get a different opinion than, David Bolle or Doug Wilson or whatever. The problem the league is looking at, however, is other teams interfering with the process and doing teams favors. Solution, do nothing. It's what the league is used to anyway. Plus, all Bettman needs to do is like call up Richard Bloch, and he'll pretty much tell you that the team violated the spirit of collective bargaining agreement. As many like to look at it. Another problem, TV deals. Reason for the problem, 90% or 97% of the U.S. has never heard of Versus, let alone watched one of their shows. Solution: pretend Americans actually care about hockey and sign on with a relevant network, like the Golf Channel. Laughs. But no, yeah, like seriously. Another problem, expansion. Reason for the problem, despite every single NHL general manager arguing that Canadian expansion would be highly successful, Gary Bettman insists that there is a demand for more hockey teams in the southern U.S. Solution: develop franchise tags so players don't get lost in the expansion draft. When that fails, pack up and join Bettman and move your team to Florida. Yeah, I know, that would be stupid. Another problem, NHL draft lottery. Reason for the problem, some teams claim that the draft order was fixed. An example of that would be like the 2005 draft out of the lockout. Solution: tank 5 sessions and get top 5 draft picks. You're almost guaranteed a Stanley Cup ring within 5 years unless you're the Islanders or the Oilers. Another problem, low scoring is back. And the reason for this, some have named 2010 to 11, it's the year of the goalie. And it is. It's partially true, but only because the New Jersey Devils offense has been non-existent most of the season. Other than that, everything's fine. Solution, though, I suppose taking the trapezoid out could help the Devils. But in general, just keep doing what the league does. Nothing. Another problem, general managers with attitudes. And the reason for the problem, they have attitudes. They're human. But the solution, applaud them and hope the players follow instead of constantly acting like robots. Another problem, what was it again? Oh yeah, the poor officiating. The reason for the problem, supposedly, is when officials make all the right calls, everyone's better off, including the official. Solution, NHL-owned cameras that are neutral, which will benefit everyone in the case of replays. No, FSN Pittsburgh's cameras don't count towards the league-owned property. Another problem, long-term player contracts. I think we can all agree on that. The reason for the problem, honestly, the salary cap. Teams think they need to lock up franchise players to avoid losing them to, free agency. Solution? Well, the cap isn't going anywhere. We can face that fact. So the only thing to do is, make sure that the team or the player being signed is actually worth signing. Not singling any players out, though. Another problem, the All-Star Game. Reason for the problem, no one actually cares about it, and you can't blame them. Solution, call Stan Lee and have him create an ugly superhero for the team, and hope that works. Once that blows up in your face, just scrap the whole idea and stick to the Winter Classic before that gets ruined too. And finally, to just end this quick rant, well, it's not really quick, but yeah, the last problem, identity of the league, itself. Reason for the problem, superstars throughout the league are marketable, but nothing is being done as usual. Solution, tell Sidney Crosby to shave his absurd attempt at a mustache and inform people that, yes, there are 2 Sedin brothers. So anyway, everyone, there you have it, all the major problems the NHL faces, and what to do, and, why to do them. If we all do our part, we can fix the NHL, or at least try to, after all. We're not superhuman, but it's possible. Also, I can't believe Scott Burnside still has a job, but anyway, yeah. There you have it. This was, it feels quick, but yeah, it's not. I guess it's like 10 minutes, just a little rant here in the NHL. So why are we here, Really's channel, and stay tuned for more vids if I end up making them. Take care.